thing than the physical thing. Everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Oh my god, I'm having too much fun. I need to stop. I need to start filming. I started with thumbnail poses because I always forget to do a thumbnail. I got way too carried away. It's the end of the first quarter, yeah, of the year. Kind of scary. Time flies. I'm older and older. I'm gonna grab my notes and get started. Welcome, welcome. First of all, let's address the pink elephant in the room. I dyed my hair this morning. I think I said in the last Q&A that this was one of my plans. I'm actually like so excited, 3 times more excited than I thought I would be to have pink hair again. The last time I dyed it was 2017, so that would make it 6 years ago. And I think this is like the most me, or the most my favorite fun color that I've done. Maybe part of me thought it was gonna make me look kind of like punk. And I think it totally could pull that if I wear the right clothing, kind of like Monster High. And there's nothing wrong with that. I might try that out sometime, but it's not as much my aesthetic. And I think given the right clothing, it like gives fairy, which I like a lot more. So March was really fun. I didn't make any vlogs, but I did capture a lot of little moments and I had a lot of fun. So I'm gonna run through what happened and share it with you. The first weekend I did this long walk with my gal pals. So I've been having a lot of new friend experiences, and I made a bunch of new friends, like, well, some new friends specifically in January, and we just felt like we're on the same wavelength, and I've been seeing them a lot ever since, and it warms my heart. I mean, one of the people I was walking with, Hannah, I met her last year. She came to my birthday, so you see her in that vlog, but we hadn't really like gotten close until more recently. So she's a really big walker, and we thought, why don't we just take an afternoon and chat, go from Midtown Manhattan all the way to Dumbo, which is like the north tip of Brooklyn, across the Brooklyn Bridge. And I think we completed that in like 2.5 hours. I look back at this and I really just feel so grateful and lucky for this experience. I'm so fucking glad that I moved to New York and that I can have these exciting Saturday afternoons, you know? Just chilling out and having fun. And we got cake and coffee before we set out on the walk, and that was also really fun. I also saw them for St. Patty's. We had a cute potluck at Sammy's house, and then tomorrow I'm gonna see both of them. We're gonna go to a play called Bone Fruit. The same week, Bambi turned 4. If you want to see what he looked like when I first adopted him, I have a video introducing him to our little family, and he was only 2 months when I discovered him. So quick backstory, I went to PetSmart to buy litter for Prairie, and there he was in the glass, this tiny vulnerable little thing. He had conjunctivitis, just because when you're really young and maybe go from pound to pound, that's just like a sinus infection. So he was just really like lethargic and could barely open his eyes, had a lot of tears, and he was just the most precious thing. And his name was Boo, kind of like a ghost. So I considered keeping it, but I thought about it for a day and I thought, no, Bambi and Prairie, really cute. But even if he was Boo, it would still be PB. I didn't name like PB because of Piper Blue, but I just like that 3 things I love in my life: Prairie, Bambi, Piper Blue, peanut butter. I love you, my dear. Prairie's birthday is in June, so we'll do a shout out for her then, but she has an estimated birthday because she was much older when I rescued her. I went to Boston to hang out with Claire, one of my best friends, and she celebrated her birthday early because her roommate also has a March birthday, and they threw a really all-out, wholesome SpongeBob themed party. So let's just roll the clip.
Make a wish.
Wow. So good. Pose. Employee of the month. Number one. Number one. Now fast forward another week. I went to Louisiana. It was my first time visiting New Orleans, and the intention was to celebrate Claire's birthday, part 2, and visit these escape rooms. So if you didn't know this about me, I'm a really big escape room, puzzle, board game nerd. I did eat beignets. It tasted a lot like the ones I had in Disneyland, New Orleans. I'm at the point now that I guess I travel to beat rooms. We beat all 6. The last 2 were from a different business called Escape My Room, and that was really cool because the building was designed so that the inside is like the inside of a mansion, and the employees there are in character. So from the very beginning, when you walk into the lobby, it's set up like a little foyer. The phone rings, you pick it up, and they're like, oh, might you be the detectives that I have called to help us solve this mystery? To confirm, what is your name, detective? And then you tell them, and then this trap door opens behind a bookshelf, and you sign in the guest book, and they put like an iPad in this antique book for you to sign in on. I have counted, and I've done over 42 rooms. If you have any recommendations, please leave it below, or like if you're international, tell me where I must go to play escape rooms if I ever am in that country, because I would totally do it. Maybe Claire will come with me. So I thought it was also hilarious when I was in NOLA. I don't think it was a Dave & Buster's, but it was another arcade slash billiards place, like an activity center. We went to NOLA to kill time. And I did so well on the jump rope machine. I just have to brag about it. I put it on my story and everything, but I've never really played this game where you have a platform and every time the light rotates, it imitates a jump rope motion, and you just have to like not hit the floor pad when the light comes around. And I've only played that once before when I was much younger, and it was really embarrassing because I like failed the first time. And I kind of just thought to myself, I'm never gonna do it again. But Claire's brother was like, try it, try it. I was like, okay. And on my first try, I beat the game, and I got 500 extra bonus tickets. And what did I buy with it? I bought Smarties, Yan Yan, and this. Handheld fans, do not underestimate the power of them when you're waiting in a subway platform and it is humid as F with no moving air in New York City, July, August. This will save you. And also it's kind of a nice touch that has beautiful Chinese watercolor prints on it. And look how tiny it folds. So it's not like the wooden ones that are a little bit easier to break. I got 5 of these so I can give them to my friends as well. and also have a backup in case I lose it, because sometimes it happens. I've lost 2 fans already, but this is a staple. Another update is on my current work. So I've been really enjoying throwing on the wheel. Like ever since I got my ceramic studio back in February, I've been taking that chance to practice again, because I had been doing hand building for like over half a year. For those who don't know, I was like doing it at home in my kitchen. So now that I have access again to throw on the wheel, I'm really trying to work on making bigger, like throwing bigger objects, and then also work on centering, because I noticed that no matter what I do, like how centered I get it in the beginning, it always goes just a little bit skewed in the end, and it doesn't really matter except for when I want to trim my pieces on the wheel and you like turn it upside down. If it's just a little bit crooked, like it just gets to me. Like I don't really mind imperfect pieces, but I want to have the choice, I want to have the option to make things crooked, and I want to have the ability to make it perfect as well, because that reflects in like how hard I work to gain that skill. Oh, I almost forgot, I went to see Keshi as well. My favorite songs from Keshi right now is Understand. Before Keshi sang it, he was like, this is for the person I love most in the world, and we all know he's talking about his fiance. And I thought to myself, that's so beautiful. I'm so happy to know that someone can love someone else that much. And TBH, I think I'm falling in love right now, and I'm just like, all of these love songs now apply to me. Wait, hold on. I want to sing it. Never thought that I'd find that the one in my life would be so near, and now you're here. I got you, you got me. When it's us, babe, you make me feel complete. You're all I need. Ooh. Maybe we can try if you let me. And while I'm on the topic of songs, I might as well talk about a couple of other discoveries that I've really been enjoying. Can you hear the birdies outside? It is spring! Spring has flung! I much more enjoy birdsong than sirens. I really like the song So Into You by Between Friends. It's a really good vibe overall. There's like 20 something songs in this album, and it's a bop. Lastly, I'm gonna suggest the song Mood by Josui. He's one of my friends. I'm actually getting dinner with him tonight. I met him on Hinge, a lol, and we hung out and realized like we're just better as friends. And he's a wonderful musician. I'm gonna convince him to let me use more of his music. And then just today I was listening to Harry Styles and Ash. So I've been listening to more pop, but I have been also listening to a lot more rap. I started getting into rap when I moved to New York, and whenever I was working out at my martial arts gym, that would be playing on in the background, and I just really vibed to it. And a couple of my friends really like rap, so they introduced me to different songs. I made William make me a playlist, and it might be public on my Pepper Blue Spotify, so you can look it up. And I combine a couple of my favorite hip-hop rap songs with my friend William's and my friend John's. So that's just a playlist called High. If you want to go listen to that, it's really long. And also this guy that I like right now, he is also into rap, so I'm listening to his playlist. Eminem is cool, and Rich Brian's really cool, but 21 Savage has my heart right now. Ball Without You and Bank Account. Is that the name? I got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so my last note. Okay, my last my last note is that I So dating's been going really well. I'm really happy right now. Prairie, go ahead. Baby, come here, come here. Come here, join us. She was sleeping in the bedroom. Okay, so I met a guy and I think I'm falling in love. And I never really understood or like believed in soulmates, but I think things are changing, so yeah. That's all I'll say for now. And you know what? If it doesn't work out, I'm very grateful for being able to have the capacity to love and experience loss, and to love again, and then to experience loss and learn and grow and love. So I hope that each time your heart breaks, it makes it softer and bigger and more open. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. And maybe I can talk about it in a different Q&A video, all of the stuff I learned in my dating love life and shit like that. But these roses are actually from one of my dates that I'm no longer seeing. But he's so sweet, he's a wonderful, wonderful man, but sometimes it's also just not the right fit. But very thoughtful. I think what I've also learned, like this time around, it's not my first time falling in love, you know, thinking about something long term, and what I'm really proud of myself for, and can like compare to past Annabelle and like less mature, young adult Annabelle, is like, again, I am not jumping the gun or like putting a lot of pressure on things working out, but I am able to like rest in the moment, in the present. Things are working out, so I don't really know if it will, but I think it will. And if it doesn't, then I trust myself enough to learn from it and grow and handle things with honesty and kindness, and I'm not scared. I think I was a little bit scared at first, you know, like like what if I get hurt again? But it's like, you don't want to do yourself the disservice of shutting yourself off to feeling, because that is so much worse. The alternative to not letting yourself fall is so much worse. So I hope that anyone with avoidant attachment can hear me when I say this. I am speaking as a formerly anxious attachment person. I'm trying to get more and more towards secure attachment, but I read this article about how attachment styles are more fluid, so I don't think we should label ourselves as like one thing, and they're also fluid depending on who you interact with, like all of your relationships, parental, sibling, friends. So that's that. So that's the end of my notes video for March. I look forward to seeing you in April. Moving forward, I'm gonna actually come back to you with Monday videos. Turn on notifications. I think it's somewhere, like press a button so that you can see when I upload a video, and I'll see you very soon. I love you. Bye. I'm the bad guy. Duh.